So here's how I'm feeling the creative well this week. I've recently been in a bit of a creative slump. And I feel like in order to get the juices flowing, sometimes you just need a bit more input in order to stop being a consumer and start being a creator. So this is my commonplace channel. This is where I write my reviews of different media. So this week I have a movie, an album, a current read, and a TV show to discuss with you. Also, speaking of TV shows, well, this is actually a gift that I got for my boyfriend, but that's Damon Salvatore. I'm going to start with the TV show that I finished this week, which, you know, it's heavy on my heart. It was the Percy Jackson and the Olympians TV show on Disney+. Now, if you know me, you know that Percy Jackson has been a pillar in my life since I was like a child. Obviously, we got our Percy Jackson 2 movies, which were like cute in isolation. I think if you look at the movies separate from the books, fire. Logan Lerman was the perfect Percy Jackson at the time, but ultimately I thought we'd never see anything of it again. And then watching the TV show, I've honestly been having just so much fun. That's been all I've been looking forward to every single Wednesday. And now it's done, I kind of don't know what to do with myself. So I did write a review in my commonplace channel, and I've given it 5 stars because at the end of the day, I'm not a book purist, but I think even the book purists have to see that all of the changes that were done, it's just giving. If Rick could go back in time and change what it is that he wrote in the past, make it better, he's having the opportunity to do it with the TV show, and he's doing a great job. Season 2 was just them building upon season 1. I think Sea of Monsters anyway was probably the weakest book in the series, but they've done a really great job with making it so much fun. Literally the only thing that I said was a con about this TV show was the fact that the episodes were so short. Like, I would be crashing out at the end of every single episode because I'm sat here on the edge of my seat thinking it's only been like, because I think I have toothpaste on there, but let's ignore that. I'm thinking it's only been like 2 minutes. Like, I'm trying to see what's happening, and then it ends, and that stupid credit scene with those stupid cogs and wheels and whatever, I didn't want to see it. I think obviously the standouts for this season are like Leah and Walker, are Percy and Annabeth. First of all, if you look at the difference of season 1 to season 2, I don't know what they're feeding these kids. I also really enjoyed what they did with Clarice's character this season. I think in the books, Clarice is a bit more of like a stereotypical like bully type, whereas in the show, they've made sure to show that no, actually she is intelligent, and that's how she copes, by being very like standoffish and whatever. But it was really nice to see her get some character development. The last episode for me really solidified how good this season has been.
I haven't even showered or nothing. Like, I clocked in to watch this. I just want to say, that is how you do a season finale. Annabeth, when she hugged Talia, oh, I couldn't even talk about it without it getting me like emotional. I feel like some kind of like protectiveness over these kids. Before they even turn 16, they're clocking in and doing these performances. And then for Annabeth's actress, all of the hate that she got, all of the racism she faced, and all she did was clock in for another season, acted beautifully, did everything she needs to do, and then served a look while doing it. Like, I don't know, I'm proud as if that's my friend personally. I'm so excited for season 3. So yeah, you guys ate, and like, if you guys want like an extra like nymph character, or like, you know, like an extra, like, hit me up. I will be there. This is my credentials. One sec. Yeah, so like, that's me with no training, so give me 2 days tops, and I promise you I'll be worth adding to the team.
Spoiler if you haven't watched it or if you care. But when it was exposed that it was actually Zeus, they just turned her into a tree because she didn't want to fight his war. I was like, that makes entirely more sense. And actually, it's going to push such a high level of conflict and tension. Because if I was here and my dad had just turned me into a tree, I come back And all of a sudden you're asking me, bear in mind, he turned me into because I didn't want to be in the war. Now you're asking me to fight in this war against my friend Luke. I'm not doing it. I don't know if I'd be joining Kronos, but I don't know if I would be fighting with them. I would probably listen to what Luke has to say. Bear in mind, I haven't read Sea of Monsters in a while. I reread Titan's Curse. I'm rereading Titan's Curse because, you know, I gotta prepare for season 3, which is coming out this year. Seeing the betrayal of Chris Rodriguez, I don't remember how it worked in the book. I don't remember. But I was dazed and confused because I was like, I don't remember who it's going to be. Like, that's Clarice's friend at the end of the day. So when he was pointing out that other girl, I was like, she thinks that we don't know, that she's a traitor. And then he turns around and stabs her. Sorry, everyone's getting stabbed left, right, and center. That was crazy. Other thing, in the main battle, when Luke and Percy are fighting, top tier. Like, I see the training they've been doing with the stunt coordinators and all that, because that was crazy. But also, I genuinely was yelling at the screen when Luke was just repeatedly punching him in the nose.
And let me say this, bitch. If I say I smack everybody in here and you go, smack who? You gonna be the...
Let him get up!
I'm taking the fact that Percy literally didn't use his water power as much this season to be that we need to show that his progression, his power growth over time, like not just him spawning and then all of a sudden he knows he's got powers and then he's using them perfectly. So I get that, but I'm like, he could have done a little something, like. So I was a little bit confused with that. And Tyson has to be just the youngest person ever. Like, Tyson is just the perfect character, and of course he made me cry this episode. But anyway, yeah, season 2, fire. I would recommend, if you haven't watched Percy Jackson, I think it's watchable even if you don't have that like nostalgic element. But it is so nice to see so much of the books come to life. The Percy Beth moments, even though it's only season 2, crazy. He really had the "don't touch her" moment. I'm locked in for season 3. You will see me clocking in. Spoke too much about Percy Jackson realistically. Now onto album. I added an album in here because I'm not really like an album listener, I don't think. But also, I like to do a little 1-2 sing. I like to make my own music, so I feel like it's good to get some inspiration and joy from other places. So the main album, to be honest, that's been playing is the Fleetwood Mac album. Fleetwood Mac by Fleetwood Mac from 1975. The main song in it that keeps coming round and is just really speaking to me is Landslide. I think it's because I'm turning 25 this year, guys. Like, Unk is having a hair frontal lobe develop, and I'm having a hard time grappling with being grown but not feeling grown. Like, I feel stunted. I feel like I'm still 17, and you know, I only graduated, well, I was gonna say last year, but it's technically 2 years ago, and I'm just in a state where I'm like, I don't really know what it is that I want to do. There's things that I'm inching towards, but it's whether or not I actually have the courage to do them. And I just feel like Landslide says exactly what I'm feeling. It's just like I'm stood on the precipice and I don't know what to do. I have like my whole life gaping ahead of me, but I'm aging. I'm feeling that everyone else is getting old and I'm just panicking about this existence. That's exactly how I feel like Landslide is. And Stevie Nicks wrote Landslide when I think it was when they'd just been dropped by their record label, Hair and what's his name, Lindsey Buckingham. And why did I say Buckingham? Am I American? And she was just contemplating life, being like, do I go back to school? Like, do I carry on with this music thing? And I just feel like it's so funny that we all have our own individual experiences, but some things are just the same. It's like, you're going to turn 25 and you're going to be dazed and confused, and everyone's going to feel that. Even the people that are in their like big girl jobs, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's still like a childish element of me that wants to be able to be like, I am super academically gifted and I have this big scientific job where I earn loads of money. But at the same time, beyond the prestige of it all, is that what I want? I don't think so. But anyway, yeah. Obviously a classic album, that's it. So the last movie that I watched was People We Meet on Vacation. At first I was confused because I've read a lot of the Emily Henry books, so I was like, I don't remember reading that. And this is me being stupid because what I read was You and Me on Vacation. But it's been a while since I've actually listened to it. So my watching of the movie, there was more grace, I think, on my side. It was still a really good movie, like standalone, whatever, but there are definitely elements of the book, elements of the characters that I wish hadn't been missed out. It was a really good rom-com, but the one thing I hate about rom-coms is that there's always some weird cheating plot line. Why can't you guys just fall in love without you having your fiance and I'm here and you're confused. Like, and also it never really made any sense to me, because is this me being too possessive? But why would my man be going abroad every summer with another woman? That doesn't even make any sense. Why am I not there? I just don't think I'm mature enough for that. But I did really enjoy the movie, and it did absolutely trigger a little like 80s vibe, a music awakening. The song, is it Forever Your Girl by Paula Abdul?
Your Girl by Paula Abdul from Spotify.
There's crack in that song, but like it was just a fun watch. I'm sure the book's probably better, but I haven't read it in long enough that I'm just kind of okay. Also, Tom Blyth, love him down, good actor. However, I couldn't like take him seriously, because every time he had like a little bit of like a dark look to him, I was thinking, oh, President Snow, he's gonna kill her. And then I'm like, no, it's not that kind of movie. Okay, and then my current read. So I've been a Kindle babe since November last year, and I genuinely take this everywhere with me. One thing about me, I have like my whole life in my bag. Okay, I have every single thing I own is carried around with me, to my own like despair. Like, I don't want to carry it all around with me, but I just fear that I might need it. So now that I'm not carrying around like a bunch of physical books with me, I'm reading a lot of books. I'm having a great time. And I'm like, I should have gotten a Kindle sooner. Like, I have two very different reads. I have many current reads because I've gotten to a stage with my Kindle where every single book I've ever wanted to read is on there, and so I keep picking up random books. It's not productive. But the main two books that I'm reading are very opposite vibes. So I'm reading Slow Days, Fast Company by babitz. And just think some young, hot socialist.
Socialist is not what I meant to say. I meant to say socialite. Okay.
Writer in the 70s in LA. Gossip column, Sex in the City, like that kind of vibe. I love a memoir, especially set around that time. Like I just want to just take a peek. I just want to see what it was like. I haven't finished it yet, but I am enjoying that so far. I was reading her other one, like fiction book called Sex and Rage. I don't love the way that the prose is when it comes to writing fiction. I don't know if I just need to read a bit more of it, but it's just a bit but the non-fiction babitz, perfect. Then on the flip side of that, I'm reading a billionaire CEO romance called Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. And listen, sometimes, right, because the thing is, there's a lot of things that you hear about on Book Talk, and they're just like badly written. Bad vibes. This is a ridiculous plot idea, but I'm not being taken out of the story by any dialogue or by bad writing. I'm genuinely flying through the book, having a lot of fun. And yeah, it is that stereotype, like billionaire CEO, like shadow daddy, like he isn't, he's very like no emotions whatsoever, and then he gets like a little crack of a smile and you're like, oh my god, he feels. And it's just enjoyable. It has a lot of the tropes that I like, that like forced proximity, a marriage of convenience, like it's good stuff. And I'm like 50% of the way through, and there's nothing like crazy happening. I think it's kind of a slow burn in terms of the kind of like smutty TikTok books, and I'm loving it. I love the slow building of tension. I love a character where it's like grumpy and sunshine. I love that. I don't know how people do it, because me personally, if you're grumpy all the time and you never smile at me, you never joke and you never laugh, I'm going to think you hate me and I'm not going to talk to you. But I love when other characters do it, and that's why fiction is so good, because you just get to live that fantasy. That's pretty much me done. So that's all of the media that I've been consuming to fill my creative well. And I'll keep you updated when I have more tea to spill, more media that I've enjoyed. Let me know what you think and what things you're currently watching, listening to, reading, because I will be taking any recommendations you give me.